Good night and welcome to another PEP class. So tonight is Thursday and we're going to be looking at our critical thinking skills. And tonight the topic is ramen noodle soup. Most of us have had ramen noodle soup. And how many of us have really looked at the label and read it, looked at the fine print, look at the details, and really can say we know what we're putting in our bodies when we consume ramen noodle soup. So we're going to look at the information on the package tonight. You know that this class is the class where we focus on our analytical skills, our observation skills, and we stress the fact that we must always try to be aware of what we are consuming. Before we go any further, here's our schedule of live classes. Hello CSEC math students, I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now in this series we're going to be looking at common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything, make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello scholars, did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand. All right, so sorry. All right, so we're going to get into it, and we have some scholars backstage waiting. So let me invite them to come on. We have Coleman, Antoine, Zori.
Good evening, Miss.
Jaden.
Good night.
Good evening, scholars.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening and welcome. All right, so now I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so it's critical thinking skills, and the topic is ramen noodle soup, prepared and presented by Kamam Mahako, which is yours truly. All right. Hmm? No, just one left. This one. All right, so let's start with Coleman. Oh, let me introduce this. So today we will examine the information on the package of some ramen noodle soup. Right, so that's what we're doing today. We're examining the information on the package of some ramen noodle soup. And as you can see in the picture, this is the Maruchan instant lunch. As we get further into the presentation, you'll see the actual front package of this particular soup. So this is just the cup itself, the container that you would use to prepare the soup. So Coleman, you can do question 1. Read the label and then read the question. Coleman? Can you hear me, Coleman? Everybody, test your mic for me, please. Antoine, are you hearing?
I can hear you,
me?
Miss.
Miss, I can hear you.
So
I
I'm
can hear you.
hearing Jaden. I'm hearing Antoine. Zori, can you hear me?
Yes, Miss.
All right. So Coleman isn't hearing, so I might have to add someone else. I'm gonna come back to him. Antoine, you read question 1 for me. Hold on, Antoine. Persons in the chat, just say yes if you can hear me, please. Persons on YouTube, Facebook, and other social media platforms. If you're in the chat, just type yes if you can hear what's going on. All right, go ahead, Antoine.
Okay, Miss. Caution, hot. Handle with care, especially when serving children. Question 1. What should consumers be careful about when handling the package? Question 1. What should consumers be careful about when handling the package? Miss, I say that the consumers should be careful about not to get burns since when you make it, it will be extremely hot.
Okay. So it actually tells us it is very hot. So you notice they have the exclamation sign there. That exclamation sign says hot. So that's something you have to be careful about. All right, so this is the word here, hot. We need to handle with care. Jaden, question 2.
Okay, Miss. Should I read the stuff on the top or just read the question?
Yes, just the top one. The bottom is the same thing in Spanish. Just read the top.
Okay, Miss. Do not microwave. Number two. For how long should you keep the package of soup in the microwave? Number 2. For how long should you keep the package of soup in the microwave? Miss, 0 hours, 0 amount of time because it says do not microwave.
All right, so you're saying no time at all. You should not microwave. So it says that clearly, do not microwave. And it also has the image of a microwave with a cross, with an X
Yeah.
across it. Right, so that means do not microwave. So this is a trick question to see if you are reading carefully.
Yes.
It says do not microwave. Zori, question 3.
Miss, should I read the sign again?
Well, no, not for this one because we already established that. Just read the question twice.
Number 3. What indicates to us that no chlorofluorocarbons were used in the manufacture of the package? Number 3. What indicates to us that no chlorofluorocarbons were used in the manufacture of the package?
What? No, I have headphones already.
The sign at the bottom of the
Of the
Miss, the
package.
sign, yes, Miss.
All right.
It
So which
says
sign?
CFC and it has a cross over it.
Okay. So wherever you see a circle around something and you see a cross through it, it means not or don't, right? Or does not contain or do not do this. So we have the CFC, chlorofluorocarbons. And these are substances that are used in the manufacturing of some products, but they cause harm to the environment. So the manufacturers of the soup package here, they are saying our container does not have chlorofluorocarbons. So they put a line through it. Let me check back with Coleman to see if he's with us now. If not, we'll invite somebody else. Let me see. All right. Jer, good evening.
Good afternoon. Good night, miss.
All right, Jer. Please read the question 4.
Okay, miss. Number 4. What gives us the impression that the soup is quick and easy to make? Number 4. What gives us the impression that the soup is quick and easy to make?
So what about the label there that tells us that this soup is quick and easy to make?
Miss, the fact that it says instant
And what does the word instant mean?
mean, well, quickly or spontaneous.
Right. Well, right away. Okay. So the instant. So it says Maruchan instant lunch. So the word instant. So you're correct, Jer. The word instant tells us that right away we can have it. We just have to do just one or two simple steps.
Excuse
We
me,
can
miss.
have the lunch. Yes, Jaden?
As I was saying that this flavor of the ramen is my favorite.
Oh, that's your favorite. So
Yes,
the shrimp is your favorite.
yes,
All right.
miss.
Okay. All right. So we're back to Antoine Question 5. Jaden,
Okay,
is like you were reading our minds because now it's asking about that. Antoine, read number 5 for me.
okay, miss. Question 5. Maruchan instant lunch with shrimp. Next WT 2.5 oz or 64 grams. Ramen noodle soup. Question 5. What is the flavor of this soup? Question 5. What is the flavor of this soup? Miss, I say shrimp.
All right. So just as Jaden was talking about the shrimp, that is his favorite flavor. Okay, that's correct, Antoine. Shrimp flavor.
Miss, the shrimp is my favorite
That's
flavor.
your favorite too?
Yes, miss.
Okay. So a lot of persons like the shrimp. Jaden, number 6.
Okay, miss. Number 6. Which meal is the soup being suggested to serve as? Number 6. Which meal is the soup being suggested to serve as? Miss, I say ramen noodle soup. Since it says below that,
Which
suggest
meal? Which meal? Which meal of the
Lunch.
day? Okay.
Lunch,
So it
miss.
says, right, so it's lunch.
The suggested the suggested serving is
Mhm.
really fine, and I couldn't see it at first, so I had to look a little
Okay.
bit closer. So I was pretty confused with that question.
All right. All right. So the meal that they're saying this could be convenient to have as is lunch. Now that you can't have it as any other meal, but they're just suggesting that it's lunch. All right, Zori, number 7. Zori, can you hear me, Zori? Legend is saying, I love the original ramen and I like the shrimp. Ashley says, hold on, let me go back up. All right, so I know my scholars in the chat are going to be telling me about what they love. All right, so welcome to those who are joining us, our regulars. I see Rodriguez, I see Nia, Langot, Imani. Oh, I think this is Amari and John. Guys, Amari and John are in the chat tonight. They're not in studio.
Yes, that is
How
very
did that?
surprising.
How
Earlier
did that
today,
happen?
when I first
Um,
joined, I was put on screen. I was
mhm.
wondering where Amari and
Yeah, they're over
they're
in the
always
chat.
on screen. Doesn't
They're over in the chat.
sleep.
Because they're usually the first ones at the gate. All right, so I'm seeing Audit, Ashley. Everybody is here. Darian is here. Sans Brown is here. Everybody make sure to come out, right? So let me see now. Who is saying they love shrimp? Okay, so Sans said her favorite is the chicken. And Rodriguez loves the shrimp. Chrissy loves the shrimp. A lot of people seem to love the shrimp. Audit loves the saying, Miss, I can't eat the shrimp or anything that comes from the sea. All right, so Chrissy is allergic to maybe shellfish or seafood in general. That's what Ashley is asking. Are you allergic to shellfish or seafood in general? So Ashley, you're reading my thoughts, huh? All right, and Legend is saying she loves the shrimp, fans love the chicken or just the regular flavor. All right, so where were we now? Okay, so I was trying to read Zori. So if Zori can't hear us, we're going to invite someone else because we have a lot of persons waiting. So let me see who else is in line. We have Shalicia. Hi, Shalicia. Good evening.
Miss.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you, Miss?
I'm fine too, Shalicia. Okay, can you read question 7 for me, Shalicia?
Okay, Miss. Question 7. How many persons can this cup of soup serve according to the recommendations? Question 7. How many persons can of soup serve according to the recommendations?
So, how many persons is it saying that this soup can serve? Or I tell you what, let me go back to, we're going to come back to that page. All right, so look at this page. Maybe you can see it better on this page. How many persons is the manufacturer saying?
Miss?
Shalicia? All right, Antoine, you want to say something?
Yes, miss. Miss,
Go
I
ahead.
would say the amount of it that can be shared is 1, since under nutrition facts it says serving size 1 container.
All right, that is correct. So it's one serving, which means one person. I mean, you know, you can decide if you want to share it among 3 of you, 4 of you, or if you want to buy 2 more, that's up to you. But they are recommending that this container should be sufficient for one person. All right, so let's go back to, so that was question 7. So that's one person. Antoine, question 8.
Okay, miss. Question 8. How many kilograms would 20 such packets of soup contain? Question 8. How many kilograms would 20 such packets of soup contain?
How many kilograms? All right, does anyone else want to pitch in? Anyone wants to take this question? Legende is asking me to buy her a pack of soup. Who wants to take this question then? Antoine isn't ready with his answer as yet. Any takers? Where are my scholars who were telling me yesterday that the questions were too easy?
Miss, can you repeat that, please? I didn't hear you.
You want to take this question, Jaden?
What is it, Miss? You're glitching out.
Okay, do you have an answer for this question?
Miss, I have my answer.
Antoine, go ahead.
Miss, how come my answer is to multiply 64 grams by 20 to get 1,280 grams. Then I converted 1,280 grams to kilograms to get 1.28 kilograms.
All right, and that's excellent work, Antoine. So we multiply. So it says here, each container has 64 grams, and the question is asking about 20 packets. So Antoine is saying he multiplied that 64 by 20, and he got 1,280, but that's in grams. The question is asking for kilograms, so he divided that by 1,000 to change it to kilograms, and he got 1.28 kilograms. That's correct, Antoine. Okay, Jer, question 9.
Okay, miss. Number 9. It is recommended that you consume the packet of soup by which date? It is recommended that you consume the packet of soup by which date?
All right, so while you're working that out, Jer, for the question that just went, so Nia got 1.28 also. Rodriguez got that. MB got that. Legion Day, audit. All right, and Nia. Are you ready for me, Jer? What date are they saying it's best to have the soup by? If anyone wants to give me their answer, anyone in studio wants to give me their answer, please indicate and I'll let you have a go at it.
Miss, by the way, what does MMDDYY? Does it stand for something? Because I don't
Miss,
understand.
Hold
is
on,
is it
Jaden. Hold on, Jaden. Shelly says asking what these mean. So they're saying the first two digits tell you the month, the next two tell you the day, and the next two tell you the year. That's what this means. Okay?
Oh, okay.
All right, Jaden, go ahead.
Miss, Miss, I was saying that is it November 23rd, 2022 at
That's correct.
7:10?
Right. So they're even telling us the time.
Yes, Miss,
They're
I
even
agree.
telling us the time that we must have it by. So this tells us. So the
That's
first
a
two
weird
are
way
the
to say
month. So
something. Put the time as well.
the 11th month. Yeah, the 11th month is November, and the next two digits are the day. So that's 23rd, November 23, and then the year. So 2022. And they're saying have it by 7:10, but that's 7:10 in the morning. This is army time, right? So okay, all right, so that was whose question? That was Jer's question. So Jaden, this one is yours.
Okay, Miss. Number 10. What should you ensure that if you what should you ensure that you do if you reach out to with queries? Number 10. What should you do to what should you ensure that you do if you reach out to the company with queries? Miss says up there next to the MMDDYY. When
Mm-hmm.
contacting us, please include the printed
Printed
lot.
lot code information.
Yeah, that's so it
Okay,
would
so
be
when contacting
make
us,
sure, make sure
please
you
include
include
code.
that lot code information.
All right. So it could be this they're talking, or it could be this, the barcode here. So to be on the safe side, I would include both, right? Shalicia, back to you.
Okay, Miss. Number 11. Consumers are offered three pieces of advice regarding the soup. Explain each of them as listed above. Number 11. Consumers are offered three pieces of advice regarding the soup. Explain each of them as listed above.
So
Miss
what
one
are the
would
three
be
pieces of advice?
Miss one would be please store in a dry place away from heat and direct sunlight.
Okay, so that's one. So they're saying make sure you store this package of soup in a dry place where it does not get direct sunlight. All right, what are the other two pieces of
Miss, I
advice?
feel like if it's dry, it's going to be hot. I'm just saying.
No, not necessarily. Dry just means dry. It can be dry and cool. It can.
I don't. I don't think so.
If you have it in a cupboard, it's dry and it can be cool in the cupboard. All right,
In
so
a
what are the other?
cupboard.
Shalicia, go ahead.
Miss, why would
Remember,
something be cool in a cupboard?
yes, it would be cool. It could be.
Insert cupboard.
Yes. Dry doesn't mean hot necessarily. If something is dry, it does not necessarily mean that it is hot as well.
But why
But
would
they're
something
saying,
be dry and cold? That don't make sense to me.
why would it not be? It can be dry and cool.
How?
But they're also saying just make sure it doesn't get direct sunlight. Direct sunlight. Okay. Right now I am dry and I'm cool. The fan is blowing on me. I feel cool. I'm dry.
Not a very good example.
It is.
It is versus.
If you're in an air conditioned room, you're dry, the air is dry and it's cool.
Oh, that makes sense.
So I'm asking, what are the two other pieces of information of advice? So that's one of them: store in a dry place away from heat and direct sunlight. What are the other two?
Miss, do not purchase or use if the packaging is open, torn, or damaged.
All right, so they're saying if you go to buy this soup and you see in any way that someone has tried to tamper with it, if the package looks torn, somebody was trying to tear it, if it's open already, if it's damaged in any way, they're saying do not buy it. And
Miss
what's the
says
other?
spoiled.
It could be spoiled. Somebody could even put poison in there or drugs or something.
Who would
And
do
what's the
that?
other?
Only a crazy person, of course.
Yes, well, not just crazy, but wicked. People will do things like that. What's the other piece of advice? Are you still with me, madam? Does someone else want to answer the third part? What's the third piece of advice? All right, so Shelly says typing. Maybe her mic, something gone wrong with the mic. She's saying do not reuse the container. All right, and that is correct. All right, so over in the chat, so Madison is saying she thinks the reason why they're saying stay away from direct sunlight is that any nutrients or chemicals can change. They can undergo change. They can lose their value if out in direct sunlight or heat. That's correct, Madison. That's a great observation. All right, so let's see what else the scholars in the chat are saying. Okay, so don't reuse the container. Don't purchase if the package is damaged. That's Madison again. Ashley, don't reuse the container. Nia says, do not reuse the container. Don't put anything in it after you use it. Just dispose of it. MB says, do not reuse the container. And Ashley also said, do not place in direct sunlight with heat or the sun while in store. All right, so we're up to speed with that. Yes, we're up to speed with that. Ashley says, I think direct sunlight will make the food spoil faster. And that is correct. So we have, so, oh boy, I can't read some of these comments, you know. Why are you saying, why is Chrissy saying that if you want more attention, you have to go in the studio? Why are you saying that, Chrissy? I'm sure I give attention to all my scholars. I make sure to read your comments, read your answer, even when I'm repeating, even when you guys have the same answer over and over. I make sure to read it. So why Chris is saying that I give more attention to the people in studio? That's not fair.
That's not true.
That's not true. Don't, Antoine? I give everybody the same attention, don't it?
Yes, miss.
Right. Oh, okay. So let's go on. Whose question was that? Oh, so that was Shelicia's question. So now it's Antoine's question. Number 12, Antoine.
Okay, Miss. Number 12. Mr. Grant felt very hungry after a workout and he consumed 1.5 packets of the soup. How many total calories did he obtain? Question 12. Mr. Grant felt very hungry after a workout and he consumed 1.5 of the pack of the soup. How many total calories did he obtain?
Hmm. How many total calories? Okay, so you see how quick my scholars in the chat work out their answer. All right, so Rodriguez immediately says 435 calories. They're still fighting over attention, saying that the studio guys get more attention. Audio says 290, Ashley 435, Nia 435, MB 435, and Zori is also saying 435. So tell me how you get it, right? So Ashley says she divided the 290 by 2 since they said he ate half of one pack. So she divided the 290 by 2 and she got 145, and then she added that to the one full pack of 290 calories. So that's how she got 435. And that is correct. Madison also got that. Antoine is coming in with his answer as well. So what we're saying is, hey, Alyssa. Alyssa said she was doing homework. That's why she's late. Okay, Alyssa, you are forgiven. Welcome. So this is what Ashley is saying. So Mr. Grant, he felt very hungry. And Mr. Grant said, listen, I don't really business if the container said one serving per person. Mr. Grant is saying, I just did a great workout and I'm going to eat one plus a half for the next one. So the one full container is 290. And then if we divide that by 2, we get 145. So half of one container is 145. And we add that back to the full container. So remember, we said these are just recommendations. Once you buy it, it's yours. You decide if you want to eat 6 of them or if you want to share one pack for 6 people. It's all up to you. It's your soup. Okay, so Jer, number 13.
Okay, Miss. Number 13. How many grams of fat per container is unsaturated? What percentage of the total fat is saturated? How many grams of fat per container is unsaturated? What percentage of the total fat is unsaturated?
So that's 2 questions in one. All right, so let me see what everybody's saying about this. So first question, how many grams of fat per container is unsaturated? Answer that first. How many grams of fat is unsaturated fat? Hold on. Lord have mercy. Oh, it's a different Melissa. Hold on. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry about that, Melissa. Sorry about that. I'm mixing you up with Alyssa. So why Madison saying half a person is a baby? My scholars are crazy. So Zuri says, the first part isn't asking about percent. The first part says how many grams. That's the one I want the answer for now. How many grams of fat is unsaturated? That's what I want the answer for. Answer that part first. Anybody? I'm not seeing any answer for that yet. How many grams of the per container of the soup is unsaturated fat? How comes no answer yet? What's happening? Okay, so Madison, tell me how you get 6 grams. How you got 6 grams, Madison? Legende, which question you asked? Which question you asked? Legende is saying she's leaving because I'm not paying her any mind. Which question Legende asked me that I'm not answering? Ask the question again, Legende. You know I don't want you to leave, right? So persons are saying 6 grams. All right, so Madison says 6 grams of saturated, so the other 6 must be unsaturated. I think you mean to say unsaturated. All right, and John and Amari are saying that as well. So what they're saying is this. It says total fat 12 grams, right? Total fat 12 grams, saturated fat 6 grams. So that means, and the trans fat is 0 grams. So that means what's left back for the unsaturated would be the 12 minus 6, which is 6 grams. So how about the other part of the question? What percentage of the total fat is unsaturated? How about that one? What percentage of the total fat is unsaturated? So Zori is coming in very, very quickly, almost immediately saying 50%. You know, I love when you tell me how you get your answer, right? I don't just want to see the answer. I want to see how, why, how you get that. How you get 70%, Madison? I want Zori and Madison to explain. Zori says 50%, Madison says 70%. Oh, so Madison changed her mind now, say 50. How you got the 50? So remember we said, all right, so Maceline says, right, so Maceline says you would put the 6 over 12, because remember, so we just said 6 grams unsaturated and 12 grams total fat. So Maceline says put the 6 over the 12 multiplied by 100 over 1, which would give you 600, and then you're going to divide the 600 by 12, which gives 50. All right, so basically we're expressing 6 over 12 as a percent, and we know that's a half, which is 50%. No, Madison, this 30% here is the percentage of the daily value. So in other words, if you use 100% to represent the amount of fat you should get for the day, this package supplies 30% of that. But that's not what we're asking. We're saying what percentage of this total fat is this unsaturated fat? Saturated is 6, unsaturated also 6. So it will be the 6 unsaturated, 6 grams unsaturated over the 12 grams total times 100. So that's how we get the 50%. So Zori got that, Maceline got that. 50%. That was Jer's question. So Jaden, why look like I have two number 13s? I have two number 13s. Okay,
Yes, miss.
that's all right. Go ahead, Jaden.
Okay, miss. Number 13. How many servings of one soup would one person need
No,
to consume?
read again. Read again.
Like the nutrition facts?
No, read the question again. You are slipping up.
Number 13. How many servings of soup would one person need to consume to obtain 0.036 kilograms of protein? Number 13. How many servings of soup would one person need to consume to obtain 0.0336 kilograms of protein?
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing you would do would find the amount of protein the soup has, which is 6 grams.
Mm-hmm.
Then you would multiply that by a certain number to see how many servings of the soup they would actually need to get that certain amount of
Mm-hmm.
protein, which you would do by dividing the 0.036 kilograms by the amount of protein there is to 6 grams.
All right. So what would you get for that? But remember, is it the same unit, the 6 and the 0.036? Are they the same unit? Before you divide them, you need to make sure they're in the same unit.
Okay.
All right, so Maceline says first you would have converted 0.036 into grams, then you're going to divide it by 6, which would have been 6 is your answer. So just as I was saying, so that's correct, Maceline. So I was saying this is in kilograms, the 6 is in grams. The protein, the 6 grams of protein. So we change the 0.036 kilograms to grams by multiplying it by 1,000. And that gives 36 grams, right? So basically then they're saying how many servings would you need to get 36 grams? So if each serving has 6 grams of protein, we'd have to divide the 36 by 6. And
Yes,
that's
I also have
6
6.
servings.
I also have 6 servings.
Okay. Is that how you worked it as well?
Yes, miss, I was working it, but then Macy
All
said,
right. Okay. Shalicia,
Okay, miss. Question 14. How will you know when to stop pouring boiling water over the noodles? Number 14. How will you know when to stop pouring boiling water over the noodles?
please read the instructions on the left, Shalicia.
Okay. Fast and tasty as a hot snack or delicious meal anytime. Cooking directions. Number 1. Fold back lid halfway. Fill. Miss, I can't really see it.
All right, so let me help you. So, instruction number 1, fold back the lid halfway, fill to the inside line with boiling water. 2, close the lid securely and let it stand for 3 minutes. And number 3, remove the lid, stir thoroughly, and enjoy from the cup. And the caution says the product is extremely hot. Handle carefully to avoid spills and severe burns. After preparation, temperature should be monitored for children under 15 years old. The product should be consumed at a table with adult supervision. All right, so let me read that again. Fast and tasty as a hot snack or delicious meal anytime. Cooking directions. 1, fold back lid halfway, fill to the inside line with boiling water. 2, close the lid securely and let it stand for 3 minutes. 3, remove the lid, stir thoroughly, and enjoy from the cup. Caution: the product is extremely hot. Handle carefully to avoid spills and severe burns. After preparation, temperature should be monitored for children under 15 years old. Product should be consumed at a table with adult supervision. So, Shalicia, what would you say for number 14? How will you know when to stop pouring the boiling water over the noodles? Does anyone else want to take that question?
Miss,
Antoine?
you can stop when it's filled to the inside line.
All right, that is correct. And MB also says when it's filled to the inside line. Zori says when you reach the line. Audit when it's filled to the line inside. All right, so several persons saw that in instruction 1, you are to pour the water. It didn't say pour it up to the top of the cup. It says pour it until it reaches the inside line. So they have drawn a line on the inside of the cup. You are to look for that line and pour the water up to that line. Okay, so now it's Antoine's turn. Question 15. Quickly read this again, Antoine, and then read question 15 twice.
Okay, Miss.
So just read this over here once and the question itself twice.
Okay, Miss. Fast and tasty as a hot snack or delicious meal anytime. Cooking directions. Fold back lid halfway. Fill it to the inside line with boiling water. Close lid
You're
securely.
forgetting the numbers. These are important. These are steps. So
Okay.
step 2.
Step 2. Close lid securely and let stand for 3 minutes. Step 3. Remove lid, stir thoroughly, and enjoy from cup. Caution: Product product is extremely hot. Handle carefully to avoid spills and severe
Severe.
burns. After preparation, temperature should be monitored for children under 15 years old. Product should be consumed at a table with adult supervision.
All right, so read the question now.
50. For how long should you allow the noodles to steep before consuming? B. If you are preparing 4 packets of soup, how long will it take? How long will it take for them to be ready? Question 15. A. For how long should you allow the noodles to steep before consuming? B. If you are preparing 4 packets of soup, how long will it take for them to be ready?
All right, so let's take 15A first. For how long should you allow the noodles to steep? All right, so that's a giveaway, right? Okay, so Maceline says you would have kept the noodles under the hot water for 3 minutes. MB says 3 minutes. Madison, what Madison over there doing? Nia, 3 minutes. Audit, 3 minutes. So everybody's saying. So why Maceline said, oh, you're giving the answer for another question. Okay. And over here in studio now, so Zori says 3 minutes from the instruction. Antoine says 3 minutes. All right. So for part B now. Okay, so part B. If you're preparing 4 packets of soup, how long will it take for them to be ready? I'm getting some interesting answers for this one. I'm getting some interesting answers for this one. So let's see now. Nia says 12 minutes for B. And Zori says 12 minutes for B. Ashley says 12 minutes. Or this. 12 minutes, huh? So Zori says 3 minutes for A. And if each packet takes 3 minutes, you should multiply 3 by 4 to get 12 minutes. So Maceline says, no. It would have been 3 minutes to prepare all 4 because you're going to put the water on all 4 of them at the same time. That's what I'm thinking too. I'm not thinking you're going to make one and then you have to wait for one to be ready before you make the other 3, guys. Come on. All right, so Madison said 3 minutes if you start all of them at the same time, which is the logical thing you would do, right? All right, so Zori now say if you do all of them, she's saying it's a trick question. Yes, it's a trick question. That's why I started laughing when I see all the 12 minutes coming in. So Zori says it will be 3 minutes if they are all cooked at the same time. So you're not going to boil the water and pour it in one of them and wait for that one to be ready before you pour it in the other. You're going to pour it into all 4. So it's the same 3 minutes. If you make 20 of them, you can pour it from the same pot of boiling water. It's the same 3 minutes. All right. Yes, Madison, I just read out what you said. Oh, Madison get in? Oh my. Oh, you manage that feat. All right. So so let me see. All right. So whose question was that a while ago? Antoine? So Jer, it's your question now. And then I'm going to ask Jer to allow Madison to come on. So Jer, question 16.
Where is it recommended that you stay while consuming the soup? Number 16. Where is it recommended that you stay while consuming the soup?
Jer, you want sleep, man?
Yes, please.
All right. So where is it recommended that you stay while you're eating the soup or drinking the soup?
Miss, it should be consumed at a table, miss.
All right. So read where it says that.
It says product should be consumed at a table with adult supervision.
All right. And that's correct. Okay. So Madison, I'm gonna let you on now and Jer, you can wait backstage. So Jer is saying, it says the product should be consumed at a table with adult supervision. All right, so Madison, as fast as you can, read the ingredients and then read the ingredients once and read question 17 twice. Not hearing you though, ma'am. What's happened?
Miss, my screen is frozen. I can't.
All right, I'm hearing you now. So read the ingredients
Oh, you can
quickly.
hear me now?
Yes. So the
My screen
ingredients,
was
read
frozen.
it. Read the ingredients once and the question twice.
Okay, Miss. Ingredients: enriched wheat flour, niacin, reduced iron, thiamine monotrate, riboflavin, folic acid, vegetable oil, contains one or more of the following: canola, cottonseed, palm preserved by TBHQ. I think that's what it says. Salt, dehydrated vegetables, carrot, green peas, garlic, chive, onion. Maltodextrin contains less than 2% of freeze-dried shrimp, monosodium glutamate sugar, hydrolyzed corn protein, hydrolyzed wheat protein, hydrolyzed soy protein, spice caramel color, dehydrated soy sauce, wheat, soybean salt, yeast extract, potassium carbonate, sodium carbonate, natural flavor, sesame oil, sodium hexametaphosphate, disco dis discoium. I think that's what it says. I can't see it properly.
Disodium inosinate.
Guanylate, disodium, disodium inosinate, sodium triphosphate, monosodium contains wheat, soy, milk, and shrimp ingredients. 17. Which three ingredients make up dehydrated soy sauce? 17. Which three ingredients make up dehydrated soy sauce? Miss: wheat, soybeans, and salt.
All right. So dehydrated soy sauce, wheat, soybeans, and salt. That's correct. About if you had to guess, how many different ingredients would you say are contained within this one little packet of ramen noodles? When you think of ramen noodles, you think of some just a simple little soup. How many different?
Yes, miss. That's
Make a
scary.
wild guess. Yeah. How many ingredients you think this is? Make a guess, and then
20.
we're gonna count it. Make a
Wait, no.
guess. We'll
Miss,
count and
like
see who came
30 to
closest.
40.
All right. So those in the chat, just write a number. Tell me how many different ingredients you think. Don't count it, just make a wild guess. And then we're going to count it and see who came the closest to the actual number of ingredients in this tiny packet of soup. And if you know, I don't know if you noticed, but you see that they say it's shrimp flavored, right? But it contains less than 2% of freeze-dried shrimp. Less than 2% of shrimp. All right, so let me see the numbers coming in. How many different ingredients you think this contains? So I'm seeing 40, 25, 24, 32. John, 2 ingredients? Come on. Oh, 23, 100. Sunny's saying 100. Okay, all right, so most persons are saying in the 20s. So let's count. So let me count now and see. So we have the enriched wheat flour. And that contains, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 40. So wrong, we'll say we're estimating 40 because some of the ingredients were like they contain other things. So we're just making an estimate here. But 40. So who came the closest? Most persons said in the 20. Well, Nia said 40. Did you count it, Nia? Imani 39. That's John and Amari 39. But hold on, John and Amari were cheating because what John and Amari write about 12 different answers. So that's cheating because it's like you're just posting some numbers and you say, well, she must call one of them. All right, so 40 is it. So if you came close to 40, well, you're good at estimating. So let's see now. We have what? 4 more questions? 3 more questions. So this now is the hot and spicy shrimp flavor. So the first one was the regular shrimp, and this is the hot and spicy shrimp. All right, so Jaden, question 18. Why Jaden always getting the dates, the dates questions? Go ahead, Jaden. Did I lose Jaden? Let me see. Sometimes the scholars get kicked out, you know. It looked like Jaden got kicked out. So let me see if Zori's mic is working now. Can you hear me, Zori?
Yes, miss.
All right, Zori, can you read question 18, please?
Okay, miss. 18. By which date should you consume the hot spicy shrimp? 18. By which date should you consume the hot spicy shrimp? Miss, I would say November 13th, 2022.
Okay, that's correct. So here we have the date. So they're saying the month is given first, then the day, then the year. So the 11th month is November. So it's November 13, 2022. All right. Shalicia,
Yes.
are you there? Okay, Shalicia, question 19.
Question 19. Yes. Okay. Question 19. The labels on the left and right are the shrimp and hot spicy shrimp flavors, respectively. State 5 differences that you observe about the information on the packages. Question 19. The labels on the left and right are the shrimp and hot spicy shrimp flavors, respectively. State 5 differences that you observe about the information on the packages.
All right. So everybody type 5 things, 5 differences that you can see. So the first label is the nutrition facts for the regular shrimp, and the second label is the nutrition facts for the hot and spicy
Yes,
shrimp.
the protein is different, a different amount of protein. That's
All
what I
right. So
see.
Shalisa is saying one thing is they contain different amounts of protein. So the regular flavor has 8 grams of protein, The hot and spicy has 7 grams. All right, so everybody look and tell me. So we want 4 more differences. The question asks for 5. While we're doing that, let me read the answers that the persons in the chat had for the question that just went. So Maceline says the packet of ramen noodles, the hot and spicy, is to be consumed before November 13th. That's correct. Audit said November 23. No, that's incorrect. Audit is November 13. Nia and MB and Curich all say November 13. And they actually give the time too. All right, so we're looking for 4 more differences in the nutrition facts for the regular shrimp flavor and the hot and spicy. So Kareem says the sodium. All right, so that's another difference. The regular shrimp has 47% of the total sodium, 1070 milligrams, and the hot and spicy has 57%, 1320 milligrams. So that's 2 so far. So we had, so the protein was 1. And then we're saying the sodium content is another difference. And sodium, that's the salt content, right? Sodium chloride, basically. So 3 more differences. Who can point them out? Let me see who is observant. All right, so Nia have all of them already. So Nia is saying the protein, the cholesterol, the sodium, the potassium, and the fiber. Did I have fiber? Let me see. Right, yeah, I had fiber. All right, so MB is saying protein, calories. No, the calories is not different. They have the same amount of calories. The dates and time are different, but we can't see that on this screen here, MB. We're comparing the nutrition facts. So Nia summed it up for us. Protein, cholesterol, sodium, potassium, and fiber. So we had the protein, the sodium, the fiber, the cholesterol, and the potassium. They both have different amounts, right? Based on the ingredients. So this is the last question, and let me see who gets that question. Antoine.
Okay, miss. Question 20. Maria says that she prefers...
Marcia.
Yeah, sorry, miss. Marcia says that she prefers to buy the regular plain shrimp flavor because she is trying to lose weight. Explain to her why it doesn't make a difference for weight loss, which of the two she buys. Question 20. Marcia says that she prefers to buy the regular plain shrimp flavor because she is trying to lose weight. Explain to her why it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make a difference.
Yes, miss, it doesn't make a difference for weight loss, which of the two she buys. Miss,
All right,
I say
so why is Marcia wrong to say that?
miss because both of the noodles cost not cost, but the calories is 290.
All right, so they both have 290 calories. And the calories is what we would use. If she's concerned about weight gain, she would want to consume less calories. But both of the soups have the same number of calories. So it wouldn't make a difference which one Marcia buys unless she's going to eat less of. So that would make a difference. But if she's buying either one and consuming all of the contents, she will get 220 calories. And we have come to the end of this critical thinking skills class. So tomorrow, remember we said tomorrow for the curriculum-based test, we are going to be doing some more stem and leaf plots. So for those who missed our first sessions on the stem and leaf plot, or if you just need some more practice on it, make sure you don't miss that class tomorrow. Remember, the Friday class starts at 4:30, not at 7. So it's 4:30 to 6 on a Friday. Make sure you're in that class. We're going to construct stem and leaf from raw data, as well as we're going to interpret stem and leaf plots that have already been drawn. All right, so that's what we have planned for tomorrow. So Q Rich is saying I didn't read his answer. Okay, so he's saying because the total in both of them is 15%. Okay. All right, so let me go back to the chat and read for the last answer, the last question. So Nia says because they both have the same amount of calories. Q Rich says because the total in both of them is 15%. MB says they have the same calories in it. Audit, they have the same calories. Kareem says you got this. Well, yeah, we got this. All right, so I love you too, MB. So MB is saying bye. I love you so much. I love your videos. Thank you so much, MB, and I love all my scholars. I know Madame Legende is over there quarreling, saying that I'm not paying her any mind because she ended up in the chat this evening and she's not in studio. But I love all my scholars and I try to give you equal attention. Okay. If it happens that I don't get to every single comment, just bear with me. But I do try to read all of them. So scholars, I'll see you tomorrow at 4:30 and we're going to do our stem and leaf plots. Okay. All right. So take care.
Bye, everyone. Have a good night.
Have a good night too. Thank you, Antoine. All right, so here you go. Here is the schedule of live classes. CSEC math students, I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now, another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now, in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC Math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything. Make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So, stay tuned. Hello, scholars. Did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand.